So last video I just went over more different data types that we had, which really were just booleans and characters. Today I'm going to introduce to you guys arithmetic operators, okay? And they are very important in Java because they're usually arises sometimes in your, well, actually most of the time you're going to be using, like, addition, subtraction, division, modulus, multiplication, etc. You know what I mean, right? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to name this arithmetic. Okay, I'm gonna create a public site void main method. Okay, so arithmetic, like you guessed, is basically mathematics. You're adding numbers, right? In Java, there are 5 different arithmetic operators, and they are all binary types, right? And so let's go ahead and take a look at these. So, for example, the plus operator, I'm going to actually put this in common. So we have 5 different types. We have the plus, we have the minus, we have the multiplication, which is the asterisk, we have the division, which is the forward slash, and we have modulus, which is the percentage sign. These 5 are all binary arithmetic operators, okay? So you would have guessed that plus is obviously addition, subtraction is the minus sign, asterisk multiplication, and then you guys get the whole point. So let's say, for example, let's do some basic arithmetic. So I can go ahead and do system dot print line. And if I did something like 5 plus 3, what do you think this will print out? This won't just print out 5 plus 3. This will actually print out the value of 5 plus 3, right? Let's save this. Okay, so this will actually print out 8, right? Because we're adding this and then we're printing it out first, right? We're not just printing out 5 plus 3. And if I wanted to do system dot print line, let's say 5 minus 3, right? Or system dot print line 5 times 3, right? System dot print line 5 divided by 3, right? And if I wanted to do system dot print line 5 modulus 3, remember the percentage one is modulus, and modulus is basically where you divide the number. But the answer isn't the number that you get, right? The answer is actually the remainder. Sorry, I should have rephrased that. The answer that you get whenever you mod a number is the remainder. So, for example, if you mod a number that is divisible by some number, the value of that is going to be 0, because if you, let's say, for example, 4 is divisible by 2, right? Because 4 divided by 2, you get no remainder, which means it's divisible, right? The mod, if you do 4 mod 2, it's 0 because you're looking at the remainder. You're not looking at the answer, right? You're looking at the remainder, right? Not answer. I think the word I'm looking for is quotient, I think. I don't really remember too much anyways, and I don't really care. Anyways, so just understand that modding a number is basically finding the remainder as the answer, okay? So if we run this, look at what it will print. Okay, we print out 5 plus 3 is 8, 5 minus 3 is 2, 5 times 3 is 15, 5 divided by 3 is 1, 5 mod 3 is 2. And I want to look at 5 divided by 3 a little bit more, okay? And 5 divided by 3 we know is not actually 1, right? It's actually supposed to be 1.5 or 1.66. I'm not too sure. Let's divide this in Java. Yeah, 1.66. I guessed it right. So it's actually supposed to be 1.66 or 1.67 if you round up. But what happens in Java is called truncation, right? Basically what's going on is whenever you have integer division, remember, integers in Java cannot hold floating point decimals. So what happens is that the floating point decimal is actually being truncated. So you divide 5 divided by 3, right? You get 1.67, right? The 0.67 gets truncated, which basically means that it gets nullified, right? It just gets, like, taken away, right? And so now you just have 1, right? So if I did, for example, system dot print, 10 divided by 4, right? The answer will be 2, right? Normally it should be like 2 point something, but see, because truncation occurs, whatever the floating point decimal is, it gets taken away. To fix this, what you can actually do is you can actually use a casting operator. And to do that, what you have to do is you have to either change one of these to a you have to cast one of these, right? And this should probably work. Yep, there we go. Is that correct? 10 divided by 4. I'm bad at basic math. I'm just kidding, but I just want to be sure, okay? So yeah, 10 divided by 4. So why exactly did this print out the correct value, but the previous one did not, right? And I'll answer that in just right now. So basically, what's going on is we're using a casting operator, and this is called casting, right? If you use the parentheses double, you're basically casting this 10 to be a double. You're kind of like forcing the integer value of 10 to be a double, right? And you can do it either way. You can do it, double. You can do it double 10, or you can do it double 4, right? But note to self that you don't want to do something like this. You don't want to do 10 divided by 4, right? Well, let me do this better. You don't want to do double parentheses 10 divided by 4. You do not want to do this, because watch what actually happens when you do that. And I'll actually copy and paste that. Um, I'll actually just put parentheses inside in between here, and watch what happens actually. Or did I do that right? Oh, let me delete this. Okay, watch what happens. You get 2.0. So the truncation still occurs. So let me explain what's going on. So we notice that the double is actually outside of the parentheses of the 10 divided by 4 operation, right? So because we follow order of operations, what happens is 10 divided by 4, the integer division is taking place first, right? And after the integer division takes place, we then cast it to a double type. So integer division happens, right? You get 2.5, but because integer division, it truncates the 0.5, and then now you get 2, right? But then we actually cast it to be a double. So rather than 2.5 now, since the previous answer was 2, it's actually just 2.0. Right, so you want to be, it's a little bit tricky, but just make sure you just cast either one of these two whenever you want to divide two different types of integers. You're basically forcing one of them to be a double, and then so rather than integer division, you're going to get a float, you're going to get the exact value without truncation. Okay, and that's pretty much it to arithmetic. So arithmetic, and let's see what else. We went over casting, so that's also something that's important that you guys need to know. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.